Hi, good morning, everyone. So, welcome to our daily briefing for today. So, let's have a quick market recap on yesterday's data. All right. So, first things we have the trade balance for US. Oops, sorry about that. All right. So, we have the trade balance for the month of December for US. So, the previous data was negative 79.3 billion US dollars, and it's being forecasted at negative 83 billion. And the actual data, it was negative 18.7 billion, followed by the trade balance for Canada as well for the month of December. So the previous data was 2.4 47 billion Canadian dollars, and it's being forecasted at 2.5 Canadian dollars. So the actual data, it's negative 0.14 billion Canadian dollars. So lower than the market forecast and also the previous data. So let's take a look on the USD against the Canadian dollar right after the release for both data. So right here on the 5 minutes time frame, the USD CAD price moved in a range of 13.3 pips during the 1 hour following the event, and it ended with a bullish trend of 11 pips. So overall, the initial reaction for the USD CAD is just a slight move for about 13 pips range, but after a few hours, it went down sharply all the way to 1.2725, and it went up for about 1.27 to 60. So it was traded back and forth during the US session last night for about 1.27 range and also the 1.2760. Okay, so for this economic data, so earlier today, we have the weekly crude oil stocks change. So the previous data was negative 1.645 million per barrel, and it's being forecasted lower, around 0.675 million per barrel, and the release time 5:30 a.m. in the morning. And the actual data, it was negative 2.025 million per barrel. So this one is lower on the market forecast and also the previous data. And for the European session, we don't have much. But later at 3 p.m., we have to focus on the trade balance for Germany for the month of December. So the previous data was 10.9 billion euros, and it's being forecasted lower, around 10.4 billion euros. So let's see what will happen later for the trade balance for Germany. And also for the US session, we don't have much, but we have to focus on the Crude Oil Stocks change or the EIA for this week. So the previous data is negative 1.047 M, and it's being forecasted higher, around 0.675 million. So the release time later will be 11:30 p.m. So the oil inventories fell down by 2 million barrels for this week. As you can see earlier, the API data was lower, so did not beat the forecasted in the previous data. So what are the factors that affected the oil for this week after the API data? So first thing is the West Texas Intermediate or the WTI. The US benchmark was actually traded around 89.80 per barrel on the news after settling down for about 2.2% of 89.36 a barrel. So just in case you didn't know, for the past couple of weeks, the oil was actually traded above 90, and it went up for about 95 per barrel. But after the API data, it went down sharply around the 89 range. And also the US crude oil inventories fell by 2 million per barrels for the week of Feb 4. And that compared with a draw of 1.6 million barrels reported by the API for the previous week. And majority of the economists were expecting a draw about 675 per barrel. And also, we have to pay attention on the US and Iran talks. So, it is believed that the US and Iran are nearing a conclusion on talks concerning a nuclear deal that could lift energy sanctions on Tehran. So the U.S. and Iran tension's been it's been on the news for a week now. So I hope that of course the tension is finished within this week, so that that can affect the oil to boost its price higher around the 90 level. But as of the moment, if I'll share my platform, the WTI, this is how it looks right now on the 1 hour chart. So right now, it's lower around 89 per barrel. So right here, started around this range from 90 level all the way down almost 87. So it's lower around 87. So went down sharply for about 428 pips. And also the US crude oil, same goes as well around the 89 territory. So that's 428 pips drop, or roughly 400 uh, pip 400 pips down for both product. So if you're going to trade this one, you have to be cautious, and you have to read the news on a daily basis, especially on the commodities market. All right. Thank you everyone for joining our daily briefing today. Stay safe and have a great day.